Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome to the review of Barcelona against Real Sociedad. It's just finished now. I'm going to make this pretty quick because on in a few minutes time is another massive game. Real Madrid at home against Valencia, and a game that could well decide the destination of the La Liga title. Before we start though, a quick update on this strike in La Liga, because that's what's going around at the moment. Nobody really understands why it is happening, and nobody really within the Spanish Federation and in La Liga understands really. Basically, there's the Spanish Federation, which represents the players of La Liga and also the teams of La Liga. And then you've got La Liga and their headquarters and their members who support the league. So you've got the players and the teams against the runners of the league. Now, the runners of the league are in control of all TV money and the way it's distributed, and the Federation don't believe that their players are getting enough of a percentage. They want it to go into pensions and things like that when they finish. The clubs want more money. They want more, nothing to do with the government. The Spanish government are getting involved with things like taxes. They're not happy with that. They don't want anyone else involved. And basically, it's the Spanish Federation who are planning to strike with the players and the clubs because of certain terms which they want changed within La Liga. Now, Javier Tebas, who is the president of La Liga, is basically calling all the shots, and he is not answering the demands of the Federation. So they've said, we'll strike. The problem is that not everybody wants to strike. Apparently Villarreal, Athletic Bilbao are not too keen on it. Certain players as well, of course, they're thinking, well, we don't really want the games to be delayed into June, so we want to go on our holidays. We don't really want to strike. So it's not a unanimous decision. Not everybody wants to do it, but at the moment it is going to go ahead, and it is going to actually take effect from next weekend. So the games in week 37 and week 38 are at the moment not going to take place. Now, it could be that they're suspended and they're pushed back into June when, of course, the Copa America starts and certain players won't be available, or they'll suspend it altogether and end the season today. If that happened, we would be champions. We are now 5 points clear of Real Madrid. No matter what happens at the Bernabeu in a few minutes' time, we would be champions if the game stops after today. So it's going to be very interesting. My personal opinion is they've got a few days. They're meeting on Monday and Tuesday to decide. They're all sitting down, some of the members and some of the federation. They're all going to sit down and have a chat about how they're going to move forward. If they can find some common ground, it may well be sorted. But anyway, onto the game. Very quickly, very, very good game. I thought we played very well. We created a lot of chances. Today, though, we weren't as clinical as we have been in recent weeks. Luis Suarez, in particular, had a few chances, had a few balls come into him in and around the area. Wasn't quite his day. Didn't quite fall for him. You could say the same for Lionel Messi. Played a fantastic ball at the box, though, for Neymar's first goal. Defender flicks it on. Neymar comes in round the back, which happened a few times during the game, and he headed it home, and that was 1-0. And it was a really, really big goal because the first half, we created a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities to score. We didn't quite make the breakthrough, and the pressure was building, and it was a really, really big goal from Neymar to give us that lead. And then it was really interesting because it was getting quite nervy towards the last 10-15 minutes. Sociedad started to grow into the game. They started to believe that maybe they could get a goal, but we did what we did best. We controlled the game. Luis Enrique made some very, very clever substitutions. One of the ones he did bring on was Pedro. He brought him on for Rafinha, so quite an attacking change in itself. And I actually wrote on Twitter, I said, go on, Pedro, go and win us the game. What happened? Well, it was in the stars. Phenomenal. I mean, nobody could have predicted this. Pedro picks it up on his chest, overhead kicks it past Geronimo Rulli, the Sociedad keeper, who was in inspired form all day. It would have taken something pretty special to beat him, and it really was special from Pedro. And that was a big goal because Sociedad were threatening. They had a bit of confidence, a bit of belief, and Pedro knocked them down a few pegs and sealed the win, which could be a massive, massive win on the way to securing our La Liga title. And it was a very, very big victory against Sociedad. They were stubborn, they were defensive, they were organised, they were structured, but we did find a way of breaking through. Neymar in particular, who had a very, very good performance. Rafinha and especially Xavi in midfield was very, very effective. And the defence at times were unlocked. Adriano and Bartra were a little bit uneasy throughout the game. Dani Alves and Piqué are pretty solid. Bravo is very, very good again. Another clean sheet for him. But a good performance and a very, very good result and a massive step towards the title. We don't know if there's going to be any more games in the league this season, but if there isn't, we're champions, and if there is, we've got to go Atletico Madrid next weekend or in a few weeks, depending on when that game takes place, and we've got to make sure that we win our last two games and get our hands on that elusive La Liga title. So leave your thoughts down below. I'll try and keep you updated as I can on the strike. If you don't follow me already, follow me on Twitter for more news on that. I'll keep you well updated. Until then, though, as always, Visca El Barça.